we're all clear on brothers and Nikki. I think that's...
Yeah. I think so.
We just need to somehow smooth it over with Nikki.
Well, she is the pawn. Just say we can't put Tim up as a pawn because people are seeing him too much of a threat. Nikki, you are not the target. I think because I've done it, she would feel a little bit more comfortable about it.
Yeah.
She might kick and scream, but I'm happy to sit her down and we can't bring her into this 3 because she could just turn around and tell the others. That's all I'm worried about, but we could just sort of make her feel like part of it too. But then, even if she says that to Jared and Kelsey, Jared does not believe that we are part of the 3. But is that what we want for the following week? It's just whether or not you have a conversation with Jared and say, I'm going to put the brothers up, but tell them that if they win the veto, I'll replace them for Jared, right? But
And say that I need a strong competitor to win the veto.
Yeah.
Just do something like that.
But the real plan is that you wouldn't put Jared up. You'd put someone else, Kelsey, and Nikki goes home.
And then we would save Kelsey.
Yeah, we'd save Kelsey. So the brothers, but just so tell the brothers will go to Jared and say, yeah, she's saying that if we win the veto, she's going to swap us for you. But tell Jared that you're never going to do that. Plan will always be to put Kelsey up, and Tim and Joel will save Kelsey over Nikki.
Yeah.
I think that's...
I like that.
What do you think about
I
that?
think that's a good.
Do you get how that works?
And Jared
Oh,
will
yeah, I
get,
get how
and
that
Jared will
works.
appreciate the heads up.
The
And
heads
when,
up.
And when we prove through actions if that happens,
So it's like
then he'll have
you'll
zero
never
doubt
be on the
whatsoever.
block, but I need to make it seem like to the brothers that it's them or Jared, but because of what's happened this week, with them throwing your name out there, they're on the block first.
Right.
But the real target is Nikki if the brothers take themselves off the
Yeah.
block. Because we don't need Jared out this week.
Hopefully the brothers go. Hopefully one of us wins veto.
They just don't win the
I
veto.
really don't. I mean, the good thing about their Canada voting HOH is that was next week to compete, and Phil gets so scatterbrained and so antsy and so excited for a competition that he'll be freaked out, and Nick will be. They're just like trying to, you know what I mean? Like Phil gets Phil doesn't have a
Calm under pressure.
Phil is not calm
once.
under pressure. Phil freaks out and he'll make some silly mistakes.
I think, Kaz, I hate to say it, but there is no easy option this week.
No.
But for you, building your case to win, that's a good thing.
Yeah, no.
So I
That's
think you just have to realise that you have to own the fact that you have
No,
got a
I
target.
needed to build my resume,
And-
so I'm glad.
And the brothers will expect you to put them up. It won't be a blindside at
Yeah.
all for them, because they've been, even in the pink room after they left, when they were like congrats and everything for HOH, Phil was like, oh well, I guess everything worked out, but Maddie was throwing my name
Wait, what?
She was saying Maddie was throwing my name under the bus all week, but whatever. what's done is done. Can't really do anything.
Maddie wasn't throwing his name under the bus. That's
Not
what
to
he's
me.
getting wrong.
Not to me.
The opposite. She was not saying anything bad about the brothers or that
Dad
I.
his own grave. Like, I don't understand why at the end of your HOH, when you're going to be powerless in about an hour, that you would try and stir the pot and
Why would you be
create,
trying to
like,
plot against you?
there's no logical
Because
sense.
they wanted a big move. I pissed them off by calling them pussies. Out by the pool, I basically said, in my speech, turned to them and said, you can win the game by making backdoor moves with people like Maddie, but you'll never be remembered as champions of the game if you're going to be cowards. And just stared at them and they went, because they know that's what they want. They want to be remembered as champions like John Hardy. And I think that's what they wanted. They just wanted to be the one to take out Tim, the guy that dared them to make a big move.
Right.
They were like, you will make a big move, we'll make a big move against you. But what shits me is that I, being on the block, was coming in to say, you guys can't get your shit together, put me on the block, I'm happy to do this for you, and we work together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
And
you
then
pass
they
my
just
wand?
like shat that back in my face.
I know.
Like,
Yeah, it shit me this morning too, and that's why I was sassy towards him, and then Nick cornered me.
Nick cornered you.
Cornered me in the bathroom, and then after the votes in the bathroom, they both cornered me, and then I was like, I just don't want to talk about it. Like, I'm just in my own little zen right now. And then they're like, oh, you're just acting like a child, Cassandra, you're just a child. So that's why I started walking like around like a child. So I went, oh, I'm a child. Then
We haven't seen them on the block yet.
No.
They, I think,
That's
will see
another
a
legitimate
very...
excuse for putting them up.
Maybe you could just put Nikki and the brothers on the block and say you're the only two people in this house who haven't been on the block yet.
Yeah.
That's a good line.
It's legit.
That's
the
a good line.
That's the only reason Nikki got put on slop. So
And you
Yeah.
want to see how they cope.
I
Like,
would love them to come in here though tomorrow, so I can maybe get some info out of them.
they will. But just know that whatever info they tell you may not be true, and it might be that Kelsey and Jared wanted some final four with
Yeah.
them and potentially you, or them and potentially Joel.
Right.
But I always believe that came from them, not Kelsey and Jared. I
Yeah.
think they went to Kelsey
Yeah.
and Jared and
and
said,
Phil, I don't know if I told you this, but Phil, when he came into the washroom earlier today and told me that he would support me if I voted Tim out, he would say, I think it's a good idea to do that because then we could have a solid final four. He didn't name specifically final
Yeah.
four people,
Yeah.
but
well,
I think he meant Kelsey, Jared, him, and me.
or Maddie.
He didn't
Maddie
specifically
even.
mention. Or
Maddie
Maddie,
even,
yeah.
potentially.
Yeah.
They would not want to work alongside you in a final deal because they've played the same game as us three, basically, but weaker.
Yeah.
Weaker. That we have stirred the pot a little bit.
Yeah.
We have made some moves of our own accord. When they get to HOH, it was just flip-floppy, wishy-washy.
Yeah. No, I already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do Nikki Brothers. I thought that from the second I got.
But are you happy with the reasons?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
want the place gone.
I love it. Yeah. No, I love that your confidence because
Yes.
you
it's
need
good.
that.
And I know the reason. We talked about this already last week
Good.
before.
Okay, cool. And then
Before this.
if they win the veto, then I think we get Kelsey ready.
Yeah. If they win the veto,
Keep
they're
it.
coming after me the next week. But we have the numbers.
But we've got the numbers
But
then
they'll
next
put you and
week.
me up on the block, and then
And then
it'll
I'll
be
win
Joel
the veto
voting
and
for
take
me,
one of
Kelsey,
you guys.
Jared voting for me, and then you go out.
We can all win the vetoes.
Can win the vetoes, or me and Tim, if it's like any sort of a quiz or mental competition, me and Tim can win it.
We can't stop them from winning the veto unless they're the one player that's not picked. And it's just too risky that they don't win the veto. I mean, that they that you don't put them on the block and then they win the veto and don't play it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to do it that way, Nikki goes home and then next week there's still that option for them to win, but Jared and Kelsey and them would work together against us three. It'd be 3-on-3.
If the brothers would veto take themselves off, I put Kelsey up and then we get Nikki out.
Yes.
And then you think it'll be Jared Kelsey brothers next week against us?
Or potentially, would we ever get Kelsey out?
Or we go. Not Kelsey. I
What
think we
about-
just go straight for Jared.
That's what I'm thinking too.
And then Kelsey goes to the brothers.
But if it's
If that's
if
the
we
case,
if we
and
have
we
to
have the votes,
if we have an opportunity to get Jared out potentially, this is like way down the line in the event that the brothers win and Jared is on the block
are
and
you
Jared
prepared
goes
to
home.
do that though? That's a big move.
That'd be a big
for your
move.
It is a big move,
I
but
need
at
a
the
big
same
move
time,
this week. If it's not the brothers,
But
it's Jared.
at the
It's
same
not
time,
gonna be
at the
Nikki.
same time,
Or maybe I'm just tired right now.
no, but
One day,
that's
I can't think straight
an
right now.
interesting thing because if either Jared or the brothers is not here next week to compete, then it's pretty much like me and you against either Jared or Nick for head of household. 'Cause
Mhm.
I don't know what Kelsey can beat us at.
Yeah,
I don't know what Nikki can beat us at,
yeah,
and who else is left.
yeah. Agreed.
You know what I mean?
Agreed. Yeah.
I can't hear you.
I said, if either Jared or the brothers are
Go
gone
this week.
then
Next week when you
Then-
can't compete for HOH,
it'll be me, Tim, and
Kelsey, Nikki, and either Jared or the brothers, whoever's left.
Yeah.
So
Along
our
with,
chances of winning,
are
us
pretty
two
good,
winning,
'cause it'd be
are pretty good.
It's kind of like who are the odds on
Basically,
favorite
it's
out of
us
those
two
people?
versus
Those
the brothers.
five would be me and Tim against either the brothers or Jared. We would be the top three
Yeah.
odds on favorite to win.
Yeah.
So
Right.
when you look at it like that,
And I think that Nikki would always vote with us. She's got a good relationship with all of
Yeah,
us. I
she-
don't think you're her target. I
Yeah.
don't. And you could smooth that over this week
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Use my bath, whatever. Come in here anytime. that's
But
fine.
you're gonna have her in hot water if you put her on the block. But I will talk to her and not make you the enemy. We'll include her in the plan.
Right.
As long as she knows that you're not doing it.
Yeah.
As
I
a
just need
secret.
I just need a seat filler.
Yeah.
She has nothing.
And that it can't be me because of what happened with
Right.
Maddie, that there are people that would want me out of this
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Can't be Joel because
Why couldn't it
he's-
be Kelsey or Jared? She'll say. Because we don't.
Because you don't want those two coming against you the
Yeah.
following week.
Yeah. Will she understand that though?
She might kick and scream, but I think she'll get it a bit more.
Yeah.
And especially because I've already done it. Like,
yeah, I really think that if I think the most logical reasoning, especially for somebody like Nick, who doesn't really think this game that strategically, is that nobody else has been on the block before, and you were just the same as
I
when
think
she
that-
was put on slop. She was upset about it at first. She
Yeah.
was not happy about it, but I think as the week went on, she was okay and she understood why people did what they did.
Knock on wood. Hopefully, the brothers just don't win veto.
Yeah.
well, 1 in 6, it's low chance, and it's filled.
Yeah.
And honestly, even if they do, like, Nick, I think, is better at competitions than Phil, but at the same time, Nick has not won a head of household, and Nick has had some weak performances and challenges too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not as if it's the end
I
of the
just
world.
need. Because me and Nikki most likely
It's
won't
going to
win.
be a stressful situation, but none of us are in the firing line this week.
Yeah.
So we
Which
can
is good.
achieve something that we want to achieve.
Yeah.
So either way,
Don't get worried about what happens next week.
No.
And don't make the move that you want to make this week
Right.
because of that.
Yeah. Okay.
We don't need to get too far in and be like, this is gonna
Let's
be
talk tomorrow
this
about
and stuff.
it.
But
Yeah.
we have a
I'm
rough
too tired.
Don't lose
we have
sleep
a rough
over
we
it.
have a rough idea.
I think
What we
you've
can
got
do.
it. Nikki and the brothers up. The brothers and the veto. We have that tough
Yeah. We'll just
decision
figure it out.
whether it's Jared or Kelsey.
Yeah.
And then whether the target is Jared or Nikki.
Yeah.
But we worry about that when if
We
that
worry
time
about
Cross
comes.
that
that
bridge
if that
when we come to
comes.
it.
Yeah.
Let's
It's
just be
just
positive.
you get your reasons ready
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
and questions to ask the brothers, like find out what is the deal, like
Why did you guys start being wishy-washy?
well they're just gonna say that they didn't.
At the same time, I think that for the initial nomination, if you put both of them up, it would be something that like Jared, Kelsey, and everyone else would nod their heads and be like, yeah, that makes sense. Because they're like, okay, their brothers have been wishy-washy and stuff, and they know that everybody kind of knows that Nikki and you have kind of butted heads
Yeah.
on a lot of things. So people would be like, that makes logical sense.
Yeah.
Then smooth it over with, and you are the only two left in the house who haven't been on the block.
Yeah.
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 So you want a full Big Brother experience? Like you can make that, Cassandra.
Here you go.
And I'm more than happy for you and I, Joel in the room, to talk to Nikki and explain.
Yeah.
This isn't a move because Cassandra doesn't like you, Nikki.
Yeah.
It's a move that you can help us take out someone.
Yeah.
Anyway, go to bed.
Yeah.
Really good.
I wouldn't. It's probably one of the easiest decisions.
Yeah, I'm not losing any sleep over it.
Exactly.
Good.
I'm just falling asleep.
It's all
And
good.
we're in a very good position for next week.
Because
Yeah.
we have 3 of the 6 people. Is us.
Yeah, which is great.
And if Nikki's still in the game, potentially 4.
Yeah.
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 Anyway,
Anyways,
congrats.
thanks. Thanks, boys. This was so much fun.
So freezing.
Enjoy.
Oh, don't forget to ask Big Brother to turn the TV off when.
How do I do that? Just on my
So when the
microphone?
lights go down, you just go, and the TV as well. And then if he still hasn't, I have had to go down to the diary room before him.
Okay. Okay.
Congrats.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
the room.
Thanks. See you tomorrow. Night.